Uncut Live Productions.
Yours truly. Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, Mr. Uncut. Y'all know the mission of Uncut Live is where we keep it 100 on 1000. Mission of Uncut Live is where we focus on mind, body, soul, spirit, faith, social issues, politics, community, you name it. And as I always say, we keep it 100 on 1000.
Yes, sir.
We will not be paused, edited, or muted. Anything you see, hear, hey, cards lay how they lay, and it just doesn't get no better than that. As I always say on every episode, y'all never know who's going to be here on the set of Uncut Live Productions. I'm telling you, if you have not joined the Uncut Live Productions page on Facebook or follow Uncut Live Productions shows on YouTube, y'all are missing it. I'm telling you, we bringing the bangers, we bringing the big shots, we bringing the professionals, we bringing the people that's out here in the community, boots on the ground, out here empowering our people, empowering our black kings and queens, out here just doing it big, representing that black excellence, representing and fighting for the black liberation. Y'all need to plug in. Without any further ado, though, uh, we've got an awesome, phenomenal, uh, brilliant, uh, black queen, black liberator. There's somebody that's out here that is just doing it big. Using the positive, creative expressions through art. Look, I'm gonna let the guest introduce who she is, what she does, and look, here's the baton.
Thank you, bro. I take it. Thank you very much. My name is Chris. I go by the name Ben Beauty for Art. And the Ben in Ben Beauty stands for benevolence. So benevolence is a huge part of just humankind, for one. Us doing kind gestures and just being kind to each other and just looking out for one another. But that's something that I definitely want to instill more so in myself every day, and just to help the community to understand and raise awareness for that, and how far that actually goes.
So in the midst of you developing what the gifts and stuff that you do, like what like led you to be where you are today? Like, what was your inspiration? Was it something that that you just was it because we all have things in which why we do what we do.
Mm-hmm. For sure. That's a great question, to be honest. What led me to here? I'll say life in its entirety. I've broken, I've built, I've grown, I've many different things. And pandemic, a lot of other people have stemmed into their own creative endeavors through this whole pandemic situation, taking creative routes to learn what they're actually capable of doing. And for me, I've always loved art. I've always loved poetry and different things like that. So I'm a person of the arts, but in this way, I've never painted before. So last year, I actually started to just dive into sketching and sending my friends, like, hey, I just did this, all the time. And I was sketching every day and just drawing every day. And it became to the point where I'm like, I wanted to go bigger. I wanted to do bigger pieces and, really start, testing out colors and, different schemes and different things. And so it just led me to start drawing and painting. And what I came up with, people started liking it, and I was very appreciative, still am very appreciative. And it's growing. It's grown since then, and I hope that it continues to grow and relay the message that I have.
Wow. phenomenal. And believe it or not, for my guests, I see IG kicking in. Hope y'all can hear us well. We got about like three different cameras set up here. You know, we trying to do it big. I told y'all, Uncut Live. You never know. I'm telling you, it's a lot that's going on here on the set. I wanna we have a beloved artist here. I wanna just take one of these phenomenal pieces that she has right here so y'all can see this.
Thank you.
Let me hold it on this side. I can hold it too.
Oh, thank you. Got that joint right there. For all who love Jill Scott and all who love Erykah Badu. Yep, that's Jill Scott's album cover picture and Erykah Badu's album picture. Kind of flipped around right there, and it just says, "Who is Jill Scott?" But who are you, basically? You know, and it's just a rhythmic picture of rhythm and underground music and how much that has influenced other people who are music heads, music lovers, and who have also a higher understanding, a higher awareness of self, and that's just a big part of what that's about, for one, and it's a fun way to relate as well.
So my IG, how y'all doing? Unify 7, I see you. Yelly, I see folks chiming in. Can y'all hear? Y'all see what's going on? Uncut Live Productions. Y'all see where we at? We in the set. We just showing you some beautiful art here. Some beautiful piece right here.
Thank you.
I can hold it.
Okay.
I can hold
Thank
it
you.
while you get the other one.
And then we got another piece. Another phenomenal piece.
Thank
Oh
you.
no, you got it. That one.
Yeah. There we go.
How we just walk in your house.
Yeah.
Let me hold that one with.
Yes, man. That was actually one of my earlier pieces before paint. It's a print right there. And that's Malcolm X right there, of course. It says, "Black is human." You know, he holds the light in the palm of his hand, and just having the light in the palm of his hand, he's him, Martin Luther King, the list goes on, of influencers, of leaders that have paved the way, for the black community in itself, but also raising awareness for everyone as a whole, as a mankind, as a whole community of people. So it's not just about black, but our people need an understanding as well for ourselves, because us being in such of a state of oppression for so long, it does instill mentality within you. So it's like we hold the light, and understanding that your blackness is royalty. It is something not to be ashamed of, but something to hold, as high as God does. You're viewed just the same. Yeah.
Y'all see that? Come on, IG audience, chime in. Can y'all see this beloved art here, man? It's phenomenal. This is one of my favorite icons right here in the Black Liberation Movement. The beloved X, Malcolm X. This brother was phenomenal. He taught himself how to read. I know we need to put these images before our youth, to let our youth know that they can be successful, that they are smart, that they are brilliant, that they do come from a great stock of excellence, black excellence, and that it's okay to be black.
Hallelujah.
Absolutely. Celebrating. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, and that piece right there, that's actually one of my first pieces as well, doing painting earlier this year. And it says spiritual. It's taken from one of those Renaissance kind of pieces, with these two here. And I kind of just abstracted it out a little bit. I always have the optical, part of that the eye right here, because it's your third eye, but you're always seeing more. So with spirituality, a lot of people say, well, I'm not religious, and you run into that a lot of time. But spirituality and religion go hand in hand, and even without the religious aspect of it, spirituality just is us being in tune with ourselves and being in tune with our Creator, and how that goes hand in hand in life, and how it can propel you forward with life. But just spiritual, her mouth is closed. What's felt doesn't have to be said. So that's what that one is for.
G family, how y'all doing? Isn't this beautiful? I like these colors. These colors are very vibrant.
Thank you.
I love it. Beautiful, phenomenal.
Thank you. Oh, okay. Yes, indeed. That's a print actually of a size that was that size originally. This is Bob Marley, a very abstracted version of his piece. Taken from a real picture. Actually, I did a portrait of him, and I actually met this guy over here, Keith, right here. I actually met him when it was in process, and he has a picture holding it actually while I was in process, but before all the color and the paint was on it. But this is called. Oh man, what is this called? Hang on it. Emancipation. I'm sorry. This is called Emancipation. This is actually one of my favorite pieces. If you can see at all in the picture, it has a lot going on, but it's pretty much his dual self, his duality self. He has his heart and different things. He got the guitar here, got different parts of the elements, got his brain here, locked up at the same time. So he always talks about freeing your mind. And Bob Marley talks a lot about freeing your mind. And that's a big part of spirituality and a big part of growth.
I'm gonna show y'all this. This is beautiful. Beautiful.
Colors are great.
Thank you.
Contrast.
I love Bob. Love Bob Marley.
May I hold it?
Yes, thank you so much.
I have a question. Do you have prices on your art?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
In case someone wants to purchase?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So these sizes for prints they're 40 for this size, and then the larger sizes they do vary. But if you ever are interested, please hit me up on IG. It's Ben Beauty. Once again, BEN and then Beauty, like Beauty and the Beast. Or you could hit me in the same account. Only gets better, and the E's are 3s.
We got another piece right here, another elegant
Thank you.
piece right here.
That's an abstract.
It's called Ancestors actually, and it's funny. One of the curators for Busboys and Poets, the art curator over there, we had went back and forth. I had Ancestors, and it was called Ancient before that. So I stuck with the name Ancestors, and that's actually one of her favorite pieces. The original is at Busboys and Poets, Columbia, Maryland, on display along with some other ones, James Baldwin piece and some others like that. But this is actually one of my favorite pieces as well. If you look at it at all, it's just very abstract once again. Sometimes I don't even have a place where I start with my art, but this is just, showing different elements of time. You got people that look kind of like not a circus, but more of like a carnival kind of deal,
Yeah.
and different ancient people of time, and we're all, different shades, colors, shapes, and different, parts of us. So the unification of that, once again, a way to translate that piece right there.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you. I'll have to bring you the original, man. You can see the texture. Thank you, sir.
Wow.
And that's Basquiat. For all who know Basquiat, he's one of the most famous painters. One of his pieces have been sold for the most. Actually, I love Basquiat, and he also had a message in his work as well. Just once again, a lot of people take this crown. If you ever see that crown before in people's artwork and their abstract artwork, that's from Basquiat, along with the hair Jay-Z's kind of rocking right now.
Okay.
But that's also a cultural thing as well, and he has African and Hispanic kind of roots as well, Haitian rather, roots. So Basquiat was an amazing guy, visionary, and just yeah. So I love that. Look, and I'm gonna say it's an honor to be here, guys. It really is.
Man, we love the fact that, to being able to have you here on the set shows representation of Black excellence. The mission of Uncut Line Productions is what we try to do is we do focus on various issues, the good, bad, and the ugly.
Absolutely.
But it's such a breath of fresh air when you can see something of brilliance, black excellence, because so much between the mass media and the powers that be, we always see a lot of negativity that is often around the narrative of our black kings and queens. They always try to paint us in this picture that, we just some downright hardcore thugs.
Right.
But we are really a people of creativity, innovation,
Yes.
and we really do have good talent. Like, we are people of prestige.
Absolutely.
We are good. We're kings and queens, and we are people of excellence. So that's what we do here at Uncut Live Productions. Try to showcase the people that's out here that's showing, to bring to the table of our young men, our young women. Let's say, look, this is what it is. This is what, do you have leaders as such as yourself that can be that presentation. Say, hey, somebody looks like you. You know what I'm saying? That can identify. Because sometimes we need to be able to see
something tangible. You can say, you know what? That gives me the idea that it's possible. And once we were talking about before this about faith. A lot of time when walking in faith and things like that, it's the unseen, right? But something tangible, physical that you can see, people out in the streets, taking action, and that gives you hope that, hey, I was told this before, but it kind of contradicts that, narrative, and let's change that, to show people that we are more than poverty and being impoverished, whether it's in mind, body, or spirit, So let's.
And I think
do
that even with what you're saying, that there's no accidents.
Yeah.
That I met you 2 days ago.
Yep.
By Keith,
Yes.
introduced us, and then I called Kenneth.
Yeah.
And so in 2 days,
Yeah.
look what God has done.
Man, brought together.
This is God, so we are to exhort, edify, and comfort one another,
Yeah.
and embrace the gifts and the talents that He has deposited in us. And though we're going through COVID, you guys look at all of the wonderful things that's coming through that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay? All of the things that, as it says in Philippians 4:8, whatsoever things are lovely, a good report, if there's any virtue, if there's any praise, think on these things. And we're thinking, Chris, on your things. Amen.
Beautiful, lovely,
Hallelujah.
lovely right here.
This
Look at this, y'all.
It's from the Bible.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me hold it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. This is God.
Yes. And that
And
was called Eat Good.
The beautiful thing, y'all, about art is that art is very therapeutic. It's very nurturing. It's very calming. It's a good stress reliever, because sometimes, like, if you just hear the sound of how paint hits the canvas, you see and they talk about in psychology, they often talk about the colors, the vibrant colors create a mood. It stirs up the euphoria, of the individual's mind to be,
to feed that creativity.
Creativity. And we come from a very creative people.
We're the first people.
Yes.
We've got to realize this.
We are the
I
first
don't
people.
care what nobody say.
We
are the first people. We created the arts. Everything else that you see, sorry, it's only a replica.
Yeah.
We created. We come from a DNA. The bloodline, our bloodline produces brilliance.
Hallelujah.
We're the genius, the geniuses.
And from black comes all things, comes all color. And there was even, another, I forgot his name, but he was talking about, God started with a black canvas. He started with nothing.
Yes.
He didn't make
Genesis 1.
us, or anything else from, he took from nothing, and made us. So it's like we are black people, and from blackness, you can make a white baby, you can make anything else, any other nationality. And in that's powerful, You know, and a lot of the time you gotta realize why we're being so suppressed. a lot of the time.
Because the enemy hates us.
Exactly.
Because we are the first people.
Yeah.
And when we find out who we are, and we are finding out who we are,
Mm-hmm.
oh, hallelujah, hallelujah,
Oh,
hallelujah,
yeah.
hallelujah,
Yes, when
hallelujah.
you tap in.
Come on now.
When you tap in.
Yes.
That's it. That's it.
We are tapping.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh, yeah, that's one of my favorite pieces, actually. That's about pharmaceuticals.
Oh, okay. That's deep.
Yeah. That's pharmaceuticals. Yeah. The control, pretty much, that it has on the doctors here, right? They got noses keep growing. You know.
Like
and,
Pinocchio?
yeah, exactly. And he's held onto these strings, got this big old pills in his pocket. You got the, you know, the RX here with the money signs and, you know, a target on the, you know, the white supremacist type of thing, you know, a whole bunch of the third eye here. You got the people, you know, so it's, the people are kind of like fiending for what they have. And it's a toxicity within the culture of humanity, you know, that has become a thing. And a lot of people don't understand that, how controlled you can be, even with this COVID mess. Oh, vaccine, every time you listen, vaccines, it starts to taunt your subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're not even training your conscious, well, imagine what you're doing in your subconscious. If you can't train your conscious, you're not even worried about your subconscious, you know, and how much you can be influenced by just someone telling you something is beneficial for you without even doing any research about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Recently, my mother, and I'm a big way I am because of my parents, but my mother was recently in the hospital, right? And it's crazy because long story short, I had come from out the DMV area, from DC, and went all the way to the Baltimore area, met my little sister, and we were on the same page. It's crazy. She ended up coming from Delaware, and met them at the Walgreens and went to pick up my mom's prescription. I'm talking to the pharmacist, and I'm before she gives me the pills, whatever. It was 21 cents, right, with my mom's insurance. 21 cents for the pill. I'm like, it's fine, whatever. I asked her, I'm like, well, does she need this? What is this, right? So I'm talking to them. Long story short, she prints out a paper. First sentence on the paper talks about how severe this drug is and how all these symptoms will come from it. You can even die. First sentence. And I asked him, like, did you read this? I was like, you read this? She was like, oh, yeah. And she's like, you're right. And we're talking about code. We're talking about a lot of different things and just raising the awareness for even the water that was sitting in the sitting room is talking about hydrate yourself, but then they got Dasani. And if anyone knows about Dasani, they've also bought out their own brand, you know, body of water in order to add sediments and sodium to your water, which is why when you drink more Dasani, you still thirsty, right? A lot of the time they put that in gyms and stuff to replenish those salts that are leaving your body, but on a regular basis, if you're an older person, you're someone sitting you're like, let me get some water to hydrate myself. And you're taking these pills to wash it down. You know, it's like the understanding, when you see things in a different way, once your third eye is aware and awakened, right? You have an awakened mind, you're able to see different things with a new mind and a new eye. So that's what that big eye is a representation of, and it has the crown within the eye, right? So it's just so much to spirituality, if you will, and just being aware of your surroundings and of what's being done to or around you.
Amen.
You know, the beautiful thing that I like about art is that sometimes art can actually tell the story of a event where the art itself actually does more justice than what will be said verbally.
Nonverbal communication.
Yeah, you know.
Nonverbal.
So it's that, like, art is just so many benefits to, like, art. You know, art of protest.
Yeah.
You know, it tells a story. It tells the good, bad, and the ugly of a thing. It's creative expression. And I just love it because it's just like, you know, it's genius. When I'm looking at this art, I'm looking at culture. I'm looking at I'm looking at prestige. I'm looking at majesty. That's where I'm seeing all these different. This right here is so many different elements. I could probably do a 30-page essay on this because there's so many different constructs and so many different things that if you just this piece right here alone, we're in this constant war with the capital, with the money, we're
Yeah.
constantly being bombarded, we got the inflation that's going on, and what this the economy being stimulated. I mean, it's just so many different things. When I look at this art here and I look at the entirety of everything that's coming from it is so like
This is I was thinking about a child,
Mhm.
okay,
Mhm.
and out of the mouth of babes, right?
Mhm.
In the scripture where Jesus says, "Suffer little children come unto me, for such is the kingdom of heaven." I would love for us, if God says so,
Mhm.
to have children come here and tell us, Hallelujah, what they see,
mhm,
because gifts and callings are irrevocable, right?
mhm,
And they can look at what we don't see
Mhm.
and say, "Well,
Mhm.
I see this, so what does this mean to you, baby?"
Mhm. Mhm.
And that's what came to my mind as you were
Yeah.
diagnosing this.
yeah,
It's painting.
it's
Yeah.
the importance of y'all it's a lot. I'm just like in a world right now. I'm like the kid in an adult sized body right now because I just love the ability of connecting. It's no other feeling when you can connect. You connect with individuals
Mhm.
that have that's like the manufacturer behind the thing. You get what I'm saying? And then you just you just these pictures are like breathtaking. Like literally, I'm just like in awe of just looking at the stories, the meanings, the different stuff, of everything that's just happening. Some who don't know, I don't know if they do or don't know. I did a video a few years back. It was a video called Courage, and for those who don't know, my inspiration behind doing production is what's called digital storytelling.
Mm.
And pictures are telling a story. Art is telling a story.
Yes.
We're telling stories. We're telling the stories that aren't heard,
Mhm.
the stories that are heard. Uh, and it's such, like, this is brilliant. Like, for my viewers, those who are chiming in, um, hops, I want to make sure I get some information on how people can connect with you to get this. Like, how do they tap in to be able to get, to these art right here? Because this has got to get so. Listen, y'all. We have got to start. We've been saying we're gonna practice buying black, right? We've been pushing this thing about black business.
Mhm.
Let's start pushing
Mhm.
the black creatives. We don't do that enough.
You don't do it
We
enough.
don't. We have black Picassos right here.
Yeah. And some art, like I meet so many artists on the street. I love doing street art because I get to meet so many people in the community. And it's just the amount of the various kinds of art. Because even this is untapped. But there's so many different artists and different platforms and things. And like you say, bringing that black creative, because we're all creative. And some people look at my art and they're like, "Oh my God, I could never do that." I'm like. They're like, "I'm not an artist." I'm like, "But you really are an artist in your own way." We're all artists of life, especially black people, because we have learned to make something out of nothing all the time.
I have a question for you. I
Yeah.
think you did indicate that,
Yeah.
but this gift did not manifest itself until COVID.
Oh yeah.
Wow. See, you have to stir up the gifts that's in us. We never know when it's going to come out,
Mhm.
and yours came out during COVID.
Mhm. Thank you.
Look at this.
Yes, man. So I've always sketched off and on, but I'm like, I started getting back into like
Okay.
drawing, last year because I've been adulting like everybody else. We got bills to pay and work to go to and all these things.
Yeah,
So
that's good. You've been
yeah.
adulting?
I've been adulting.
Oh, that's a
all
new
this
word,
time.
guys.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank you, guys.
For the quick plug, how can people reach out to be able to purchase your fine masterpiece, your art? Let the viewers know how they can.
Well, thank you. You can definitely reach out to me. The best way is phone or IG. But Instagram is where you can see my art. You can see work. I put stuff on my story, stuff on my page all the time. It's Only Gets Better, and the E's are threes. So Only Gets Better and the E's are threes. Or you can just type in Ben Beauty. Ben Beauty, and then it's like the first picture. It's like a smiley face kind of deal. You'll see it on there, and that's me right there.
And what's your phone number?
301-728-1380. So 301-728-1380. That's me. Thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate you coming back here. You know, if you're not, you're gonna have to be back here again.
Oh, I'd love to. I would love to. Be an honor, brother. Thank you.
So y'all still continue to stay locked and loaded with Uncut Live Productions. Well, we coming at you. We coming at you. We're bringing the bangers. We're bringing the people. We're bringing the professionals. We're bringing people to be the Black representation of excellence. As I always say with every show, we all we got, we all we need. Each one, reach one, each one, love one. Each one here